welcome back. This video today is just about how I got rid of my breast milk. If you want to listen or interested and curious about that, please follow along. If not, I'm sorry. Anyways, so I had the baby on the Sunday, the 31st, and they kept us for 24 hours, and we got to go home Monday afternoon, and just like that, just like my labor, it's super fast. My milk has already come in on Monday night, which was insane, super fast. Like, my milk has never come in that fast before, but I am an overproducer, and so when I get my milk in, I get it in. It's like, yeah. Anyways, so I consulted some people about what I can do to help get rid of my breast milk the fastest, and I was told cabbage leaves. Wait, oh no, the bag broke. Okay, well, let's not take cabbage all over my bed, shall we? Ew. I don't want my bed to smell like cabbage. Anyways, this is the cabbage. This is what's left over, but anyways. So what you're supposed to do with it, the idea is that you take a cabbage leaf off. I'm not going to put it in my boob right now because I just had a shower. But these are bigger. These are, I don't know. You're supposed to take a cabbage leaf off, and you're supposed to stuff it down in your bra. And what I've learned through the process is the first day I put them on, I covered my whole boob in cabbage. And well, milk started leaking out, and I didn't leave an opening from the cabbage for my nipple because my bra and my dress and everything got covered in milk, so I had to change. That was wonderful. And then from that, I learned, obviously, just kind of go around the nipple area so that when the milk does come out, it came out by itself naturally. It wasn't anything that I was doing to make it come out. So yeah, when it does come out, it goes onto breast milk pads, which I got. So yeah, and what the goal with this is you're supposed to leave it on for 2 to 3 hours or until it starts to wilt, and then replace it with something else. I did have a midwife appointment on my second, that was like my 2.5 days of doing this. My midwife had come on Thursday, and oh my goodness, his back keeps breaking. I'm just gonna put it to the side. So anyways, my wife came, and I had asked, I was like, my boobs are still like complete rocks. How long does it take for the cabbage to work? They were like, you should have noticed a difference within 24 to 48 hours. So I was like, okay, so do I stop? Like, what can I do? And she suggested that I use sage leaf tea, which I've never heard of sage leaf tea before. I've actually only heard of cabbage leaves or tight bras and stuff. So the reason I chose not to do tight bras is because upon doing some more research with that, it can cause mastitis, and it can make you have like more lumps and have clogged ducts, which we don't want because that's more painful and whatever. Anyways, this is the sage tea that I purchased, if my camera will clear up enough to show you guys. And with this, when I was looking into this, you're supposed to take 2 to 3 cups a day for 2 to 3 days. Today is actually my 4th day. Today is Monday. So it's the baby's 8 days old today. So with this, it was actually funny because I didn't know sage was made in a tea. I only know sage as like a cleansing for cleansing your home. And when you take out the tea bags, it smells. I wish you could smell it. Smell-o-vision. The tea smells. Oh, it's like dusty. Do you see? I don't know if you can see that. There's sage dust in the air. I'm cleansing my soul as well as the air. Okay, sorry, that was weird. Anyways, you take a tea bag, and it says on the box for medicinal use, which is what I'm considering I'm using it for, is you steep it for, 7 to 12 minutes or something like that? Yeah, 7 to 12 minutes covered, and then you take the tea bag out and you drink it. I actually have a cup of tea over there. It actually doesn't taste too bad. It's pretty good, and I actually noticed a difference, not after the first day. So my wife came on the Thursday. So on the Thursday night, I went out and got this. And it was night, so I only had 1 cup of this. And then so the next day, Friday, I had 3 cups of tea. And that morning when I woke up on Saturday, I had already noticed a difference in my boobs. They were still hard, but they weren't as hard. I also had a sitz bath on Friday. I sat in Epsom salts because I'm still quite sore, you know, from pushing a baby out my hoo-ha. And so in the bath, I didn't squish my nipple or anything, but I was kind of squishing my boobs like this. And the funniest, it was like a leaky faucet. So this one just starts droop, 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 like just dripping like drops, like doop, 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 like constant drops. And this one's just streaming down. So it was quite quite interesting. So yeah. So anyways, like the next morning I woke up and it was a lot better, and so I've been using this sage tea. So if anybody is trying to reduce their breast milk, sage tea is incredible. I know a lot of people who have said that cabbage does work for them. I feel like that's if you've already been breastfeeding or you've already been pumping or expressing. I don't think it works at least for me, it didn't work at all. In regards to if you're not pumping or expressing at all. For me, it didn't work at all, but this did. So in case you're trying to increase your breast milk, this is what you want. And that's pretty much it for the video. I am going to post some photos at the very end. They are cleavage photos because we're talking about boobs and breast milk, so whatever. The first one is just so you can see what we started working with, like how massive they were. And then there's one of me with the cabbage leaves in. The next day I actually put I bought them for period needs, ice packs, but I actually put them in my boobs, and it actually made it feel a little bit better. And so that one is of like those on there. And then the next one I took actually this morning, and it just kind of shows you the massive difference from when I started to where we are now. Like my boobs are jiggly again. They're still a little bit hard, and there's obviously still milk enough. That's going to take time for it to go away. But yeah, anyways, that is it. I hope you have enjoyed this video. And all right, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.